Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to Ferris Farming Organic. Today we're going to be running a John Deere X9 1100, and it's possibly the last day of oat harvest. Now, I have driven the X9 1100. I just didn't take a video of it for some reason, which is probably why I'm like your 22nd favorite farmer to watch on YouTube. But that is besides the point. We're gonna get combining though. I haven't really showed you guys any of it yet, so I don't know how you guys would know, but we are tiling this field. Putting a lot of tile in this field. This field is a very historically wet field, a lot of wet spots. This is only the second year we farmed it though, and it's oats. We try to put tile in, or pattern tile, after an oat crop. That way we don't have to wait until November or something when the corn or soybeans are out to tile. If that makes sense, we can do it right now in August. So it's a lot hotter. I'm sure most of the guys down in the trench don't like it, but you know what, it's better than it being 20 degrees and freezing. So, well, Max tipped roll of tile over, so we gotta go flip that back over. You guys probably can't see him, but right now he looks really proud of himself. BRB. Turns out if you drive slow enough and walk really slow, you don't have to help. That was a joke, not really. Today could either go really good or really bad. We've had a lot of rain, there's a lot of mud in this field. I think we got about, I would say around 5 to 6 inches, maybe more, maybe less in this field this week. Today is Friday, so a little bit late for filming purposes, but it's either gonna go really good or really bad. We're either gonna get stuck a whole lot and get nothing done, or the combines are just simply gonna work and we're gonna finish oats down here, and there's really no in between. But I have a feeling we're gonna find out really quickly whether this is gonna work or not. In this field, previous year it was corn, there wasn't a single pass you could do without running into a wet spot. So tile is much needed, and hopefully we can get all these oats out so we can put the tile in. 10-4. Now, I won't lie to you, until those windstorms came through on, was that Monday or Tuesday? I forget what day the windstorms came through that just ravaged northwest Iowa and South Dakota. These oats were standing up perfectly, and thankfully they're not gonna be sitting in the week another week. Sitting in the week another week, wow. Thankfully we're getting them out now. You can see they don't look great, but all that green stuff that's popping through, if these oats were laying down since middle of July, you wouldn't even see any of these oats. The green would pop through and cover it all up, and at that point it's pretty tough to combine. But thankfully these have been standing good long enough that the green was suppressed below it. The clover and alfalfa and all the weeds were suppressed enough because the oats stayed standing well until they got 60+ mile-per-hour winds, and then not much really stands after that. I would say overall for most of the oats in the area, not just ours, it wasn't the best time harvesting because we had so much wind and thunderstorms this summer that it knocked over a bunch of oats. So the days of oats standing well, we're past that point. I'll just say that. It does appear to look standing a little bit better towards the west, so hopefully it just stands better to the west. But right now this is working just fine. We're sitting around 16% moisture, maybe 15, bounces around a little bit, but they're harvesting good, so that's really all that matters. Fingers crossed we do not get a combine stuck today, because that would just put a really big damper on quote unquote the last day of harvest. I'm sure if we get stuck, we won't be finishing this field tonight, so let's just not get stuck. Let's just stop talking about it. I will say, from running both combines, the 1100 now and the 1000, I will say the 1100 definitely chews through more stuff, which is to be expected. It has more horsepower, but it does feel smoother going through the down spots, if that kind of makes sense. Like the stuff where there's a lot of weeds or the oats aren't standing well, I feel like the 1100s are just able to maintain speed better throughout that stuff, and it doesn't, I feel it doesn't bog down the combine as much as the 1000s. It's not a massive difference, but it is noticeable, I will say that. So I just got off the phone with Sam. The plan is gonna be, we're just gonna try to outline the wet spots as good as we can, not try to get the combine stuck, and stay out of the mud as much as we can, which makes sense. But I mean, all things considered, I think harvesting's gonna go pretty decently quick in this field because they're not super wet and they're not standing awful. They're not like flat against the ground. They're still up about a foot. So you don't have to put the head all the way in the ground and take up too much green stuff or too many weeds. You can still kind of skim them off the top. So should go pretty quick. 50 likes. 50 likes and I'll drive through that wet spot. And you guys can see like right there, those tracks, those are from Sam's when he started the last pass. So he just drove around and cut it in. I'm gonna do the same thing, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to drive the combines if we're making ruts like that. Be unfortunate. I don't know if that really makes sense, what I said about the loads not laying down all the way. You can see there's still probably a foot of straw actually below from what I'm cutting, which is perfect, which means I'm not taking in too much stuff for this combine to handle, which means I can go a little bit faster. Got to make sure you have your diff lock on there. Started sliding for a little bit. I think that's going to be the theme of the day, just sliding and slipping around. But hey man, the oats are in the hopper and they're out on the ground. That's a good thing. You guys can probably tell from my auto steer, I'm like 5 inches off and just kind of sliding around. It's just kind of going like this. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but not leaving super big ruts, which kind of surprised about. Yep, copy. Roger, Dodger. 10-4, good buddy. Affirmative. Well, you guys can tell the Canadians are having their annual bonfire up there. I don't know, man. Sam said he went through here, but you can see standing water in the pass he did do, and I can see standing water in the tracks that I'm making right now. So, I mean, we're combining fine, but there's water literally up to the head. Like, can you guys see that? There's there's water about as high as the head right now, with the combines just going straight through it, not even slipping one bit. This is kind of crazy. Maybe don't try that. And the only reason I did is because Sam did, and it looked drier on my side, and can't confirm it wasn't, but like I said, did not slip once going through that. If there's any more water though, like in an area that size that I have to drive through, probably not going to do it, because I think I just got lucky driving through there with I'm guessing the dirt below it was just solid, so it's not quite as wet. And once we get enough grain in our hopper, we will top off Pedro. He'll get another truck going. That'll be 2 trucks now sent off this field since we started. So hopefully we can keep that pace up. Well, I didn't plug it up, but I was about to. You can see all that bunched up right there, the wet grass. Pretty much in a marsh right now. Combine's not stuck. I mean, there's really no mud on the tracks, which is good, but I'm gonna hop out there, push all that off, and see if anything's wrong underneath that belt, but I'm gonna leave you guys in here.
And then I feel pretty confident in everything else will be able to combine besides that spot.
Yep, I'll bring where we've been cutting in from the east side, the north end down, and then I'll just jump in behind you.
Nope, sounds good. Yeah, you should be right.
Alright, sounds good.
Yep, good.
I didn't have the center belt cleaned off good enough, and it was still plugged when I got back in the cab and tried it again, so I had to get back out, clean it off again, but now it's working good. Yeah, I just bunched up with a bunch of wet grass and clogged the center belt, and then nothing started feeding. That's why it was all just jumbled up right there and wasn't trying to go through the combine. But if say the center belt just started rolling again, that massive slug of just wet grass and oats would have gone through the combine. Actually, it probably wouldn't have gone through the combine. It probably would have gone into the combine, just probably not out the other side. Probably would have plugged the combine real good. But we didn't, so things are good. Kind of hard to tell what we have left over there because John Deere did a little bit of harvesting in this field. They did the east quarter of this field. Hold on, we're doing some Tokyo drifting right now. Better manually drive here for a little bit. But anyway, John Deere harvested a little bit of this field, so I'm not really sure how much is left on the west side, but I believe we should get done today, which is good. But as you guys can tell, you kind of have to manually drive sometimes when you're going through these wet spots. Your back wheels kind of twist a little bit. And you start going sideways, which kind of feels like those guys out in like Idaho. You see them on Instagram all the time. The guys are like farming or harvesting this out of like a massive hill. Their combine's just like 90 degrees the other way. That's kind of what I feel like right now. But yeah, when that happens, when I start to drift one way or kind of sideways, just don't use the auto steer really, because then it overcorrects and then you're missing oats. And then your line's not straight, and then Sam gets mad, and then you get mad because Sam's mad, and then everything just doesn't work very well. So we're gonna hand drive. Also, these north ends up here are pretty much completely mud, so not gonna really go through those. So we're gonna have to come back and get those later. So this really isn't gonna be the last day, but the title is going to be Last Day of Oat Harvest. I can guarantee you that. As you guys can tell, that's where Sam stopped, and I'm gonna go about to where Sam stopped and also stop, because if he only went that far, well, we're twisting. Yeah, that was a good decision to back up. Better be safe than sorry. Gotta get a little mud on the tire. It's all fun and games until the mud's over the tires, and then it's not quite as funny. But we're not gonna do that. That dream is still alive for today. Hopefully we don't get anything stuck. So far, so good. Are you guys actually doing or done with wheat, or are you still doing custom stuff?
No, we're done. We got done last Saturday, and then cleaned up stuff beginning of this week. Now I'm cutting hay. We're planting some corn. You know, just the works.
The works. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna load Pedro up here, but oh, he's jumping right through some mud. Oh, he's spinning. Oh no! Oh no! You got it, Pedro.
Did you just sit with the grain cart or what?
No, he's getting through it.
Oh, wait, no.
He got through it, but oh no, he should not have done that. Oh, that's my bad. Oh, that's my bad, because I swung my auger out and I didn't see that wet. Oh no, that's not good. He got out of it. He's just covered in mud now, and I didn't slip at all. The combines haven't slipped like at all. That was wild. He should have gotten stuck there. Like he has 48,000 pounds of oats on that grain cart, and it's a big 1421 McKinsey grain cart. He's on a 340 RX, so he had quite a bit of weight. And like the pile's like all in the back too. Oh man, he's got to drive through that going back.
You just set him up for failure.
Yeah, that is 100%. If I knew how to say that was on me in Spanish, I would do that, but I don't. So just gonna give him a thumbs up. Oh no. Well, guys, mission not accomplished. We got that grain cart tractor a little bit stuck. I don't know, he can still move back and forward a solid 15 feet, so a little bit hopeful if he gets a little running start. Not quite sure though. I think they're stuck. Luckily though, we're in the field of their tiling, so there's plenty of tractors and heavy machinery sitting around that can come pull him out, so could be worse. tried to explain how to turn your diff lock on to him in that tractor. There is a 0% chance that he understood it, but I turned it on, so hopefully that helps. They're just getting that other tractor unstuck. This is my first pass. I mean, I haven't done too much since that tractor got stuck, but hopefully this 8RX just doesn't get stuck. This is when having that camera up in that corner is actually very nice, because as you guys can tell, all the dust is coming just right towards the combine. And I can't see it very good, but luckily that camera sometimes helps quite a bit in situations like this. We were unloading there, and all of a sudden we both started slipping towards the west, which would not be good. He was getting pretty close to my head, so yeah, we skipped a little bit, drove ahead, you know, enough now. I think we're gonna try it again at least. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. I should just stop unloading. Yeah, I just need to stop unloading. I'm pretty much empty. Bueno. Oh dear, this is turning into a complete mess, guys. I don't know what the issue was there is I needed to dump because I was clear full, and I was on top of a hill when I started unloading, but we went down a little valley and then it just got muddy, and then we both started slipping, and then it just wasn't very fun. But it's working pretty good now, so I can't complain too much. We just won't have the grain carts go past the wet spot in the middle of the field. We'll just try to load them here on the south side. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a few more pieces kind of like this where it's, I don't know, maybe 4 passes wide. The problem is the John Deere guys harvested at an angle, but I don't know what the angle is, so we're just kind of combining notes at this point. We probably only have like an hour and a half worth left up here, which is, it's a pretty good feeling. It's a good thing we're almost done combining, because they just used a different AB line in this field that goes north and south, and we should have just checked that, but we didn't. But here we are. In other news, these oats actually are standing pretty decent. I'm able to go 4.5 in some spots where there's not too much green stuff poking through, but I've maintained 4 mile an hour now this entire pass, besides when I backed up there for a second, which I'm kind of surprised by, but I'm happy about, because combining oats going 2 miles an hour is not very fun. But this 1100 is proving it's worth its money by being able to go this fast through these oats. To tell you what, these are not looking perfect by any means. Ah, my case combine can do that in a day. Yeah, I mean, they're not clean, but it's working just fine. I don't actually think when Sam and Jack said this field was standing pretty good, they meant actually standing pretty good. I think it actually has been blown over for a while based off how tall this green stuff is compared to the oats. I just think it's standing better than some of the fields that we've harvested this summer. We are harvesting at maximum efficiency right at the moment. Hey man, you'll have that on your bigger jobs. There's a little bit of mud here, I see. I don't know, I should maybe take the drone up and see if that is actually as small as we think it is, because to me it looks like there's maybe 6 passes done here, and then everything to the fence line has yet to be harvested, but apparently there's not much left. But it's already 3:30 and it's Friday, so it feels like it should be 6:30, which kind of sucks, because either way, we're finishing out today. It doesn't really matter. I'm actually not sure how much they have left up in Terrell. They might have tomorrow as well, but they could also be done today too. I haven't checked with them yet. Maybe we'll do that in a little bit here. In case you guys didn't know, you can combine a whole lot faster if you only use about 10 feet of a 45-foot head. In case you guys didn't know. Going like 6 miles an hour in this John. For all you guys running case combines, you probably couldn't even take this pass without your combine breaking down. Yeah, we should be wrapped up at like 5:30. Are they almost done at like 4 hours Terrell, do you know?
Should be.
Are they gonna finish today or tomorrow? Do they know?
I know what Mike said today.
Awesome. I don't know how well you guys could hear that, but they should finish up in Terrell today.
No, usually that's about the middle of what's left.
Yeah, it's about in the middle. It's not quite perfect because I didn't count passes, but there's maybe going to be 2 passes in between us and 4 on the other side, so I should just skip one more pass over, but it'll be what it is.
Nope.
I forgot what I was saying, but we should finish both oats everywhere today. So, very good, very nice. Great success. These oats don't really look like a great success, but they're in the combine, so that's good. The reality coming up now, though, for on the farm, there's not going to be a whole lot going on. I mean, we're going to be cutting and baling and pretty much trucking from here until we start with fall tillage or dig into some corn with the combines, but that'll be at least a month. Usually August is the month where we all go on our vacations for the year, that and right before oats, but I'll be gone most of August, busy with a lot of things, so don't expect, I'm gonna try to get a video out still every single Sunday, but the content might be a little bit different than what you've been used to the past probably 2 or 3 months. Probably more just day-to-day stuff, more work in the shop, stuff like that, just kind of more what I do besides just sitting a tractor, which I'm sure some of you guys will appreciate, some of you guys will find super boring, and you know what, that's fair. I quick am gonna say though, this fall, do plan on running a little more combine, hopefully more in beans and corn, so that'll be exciting. I won't be in a tillage tractor the entire time, but I do like to do tillage, and hopefully we get to run that 770 quite a bit, because I could send that tractor for a while, I think. Yeah, let's finish our oats, and comment down below what you guys want to see the month of August. Like I said, there's not gonna be a ton going on tractor wise, so any tours, any bin site stuff, just comment, we'll try to get it done. Good, but it is what it is, it's fine.
More than once. Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I think if we would have let it sit another week though, it would have had a lot more green coming through. It would have been really pain to combine. Yeah, I would say there's at least, I don't know if that's 3 passes. There's probably 3 passes left to the west of me.
So I'm just gonna take a strip on the west. You can follow, and then we can bring the last one back.
10-4. I can almost see it. That dream I'm dreaming. I think it's about time for me to take a break. I don't know if any of the John Deere guys that harvested these oats in this field watch these videos, but if you do have a question for you, why'd you guys switch A-B lines 4 times? Like, it seems like every time you guys broke through, you switched A-B lines on either side, so just kind of confused about that. So we should have about 2 passes left, maybe a little bit more, but then we're gonna be done. It's to the point in the season where if a code pops up on your screen, you just exit before you read it, because you're not stopping at this point. Charlie, if you're watching this, that was a joke. If something bad happens, I will let you know and we will get it fixed. Yeah, it's super annoying. There is gonna be 3 passes, which is really dumb. Yeah, you can just share it now. When I click on that line, then when I get to the end, I'll just accept the shift. It's fine. Just send it now. A little drifting going on out here. I've probably harvested oats for at least 5 years of my life, and never have I been harvesting them sideways because it's so muddy in a field. But you know what? Here we are. We at least, well, I think we're not getting stuck, but hopefully we don't get stuck on the last 2 passes. Scarred me, 3 passes left in this field. We are taking up a lot of mud. That's stupid sensor. We are tacking up a lot of mud. Now that I don't really like this, I might lift up and go around, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh boy. Oh, I think we're good now, but that could have been real bad. I was jokingly saying, oh, we're gonna, you know, let's not get stuck in these last 2 passes. I almost just got stuck. That was almost real bad. Yeah, I backed out. I'm turning around. I'm just gonna make a little headlands here. I ain't driving through that again. Yeah, now you can see my ruts. Yeah, that was not fun. We're not gonna combine that. Really need to stop saying things about getting things stuck, because it seems like every time I say something like jokingly about it, I actually end up getting something stuck, so we're just not gonna mention that anymore. Part of the problem was I had a pretty much full grain tank on, so I'm gonna empty out before I even start combine anymore, just so I'm empty and I don't have to worry about sliding around when I'm dumping on him.
Hey, Firefly!
Pretty sure that was Sam singing. So. I can't believe I got that on video. Turns out it wasn't Sam singing, he just asked what was that, but I'm pretty sure it was just him trying to mask up the fact that he was trying to sing on the radio. Oh, it's about time to be done. It's about time to be done with Oat Harvest. I can tell you that. It didn't seem like it took that long this year, but I mean, it is August. It's August 1st, granted, but it's still August. And the past years, we finished on July 27th the past 2 years in a row. So I was kind of hoping we can continue that streak, but pretty sure on the 27th this year, it rained like 2 or 3 inches. So that was not really feasible. But hey man, August 1st, suppose you could look back and see what day the first video was taken on, but I think it's about 3 weeks, which is kind of what we figured, you know, a few rain days. Might be more than 3 weeks, might be less. I'm sure Max or Sam will comment, or you guys could just look it up. But anyway, it's been fun. You can go to San Pedro.
I'm a mile and a half away. Okay, are any trucks here in the field, or?
Might not be in their trucks. It looks like Eloy's here, and there's another hopper there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the final stretch. Sam's taking the last pass of oats this year. Well, I just told Sam I think we're going to be too full when we get back to this south end where it was pretty wet. I mean, we're going to be pretty full when we get to that spot. And I said, well, this might be pretty bad. And he said, if you get stuck, you can blame it on me. So if we get stuck here in the next 5 minutes, it is all on Sam. Where I tried to go right there, you're not going to get through this. Yeah.
Oh yeah? Watch me.
Famous last words right there. Yeah, I'm gonna get this on video. Oh dear, I'm gonna turn you guys around quick. So Sam's going. You can see that's where I almost got stuck. Sam's gonna try to give her the beans. Oh dear. Oat Harvest 2025 is completed. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on Oat Harvest 2025. Sam didn't get stuck, so that's a success. I want to give a shout out to you guys once again for watching these videos. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Once again, comment down below what you guys want to see during August, since there's not as much on the farm going in the fields. Comment down below what you guys want to see on the farm, what you guys want to hear about, and you already know. We'll catch you in the next one.